The 9 Lives of John Aslin. The true story of an Indigenous man imprisoned 36 years and counting for a non-violent crime. Written by Jill Creech Bauer. Narrated by Aaron D. Johnson. Introduction. While working as an attorney in Flint, Michigan in 2009, I was contacted by John Eric Aslin, an inmate in the Michigan correctional system. He sought my assistance in applying to have his prison sentence commuted by then-Governor Jennifer Granholm. I have remained in contact with John since that time. The events of his life are both remarkable and devastating. What you are about to read is based on real events. To adequately tell John's story, I had to include the story of his father and his father's siblings. I did as much research as I could on the previous generation of the Aslin family, but little information exists because the entire generation has no offspring to whom they could pass along their stories. The lack of personal sources required me to fill in some of the details of their lives with my imaginings. But these details are based upon the following: research of Ojibwe culture and traditions, John Eric's knowledge of his family and cultural history, media coverage of John's uncle, Fred Aslin, who filed a lawsuit against the state of Michigan, investigations of John Harvey Kellogg, the Michigan eugenics movement, and the Home for the Feeble-Minded, an actual place that was located in Lapeer, Michigan. Many of the story elements that happen at the home in my book originate from stories that I uncovered in my research. I simply placed Fred Aslin and his siblings in the midst of the anecdotes that I discovered. John was not raised in his culture, and only came to know it as an adult. I have done my best to research Ojibwe traditions and present culturally accurate depictions of the Aslin family, but I am sure that I have made errors. My desire was to illustrate the entirety of what they lost when they were essentially kidnapped by the state of Michigan, so I ask for grace. If I fell short, I had good intentions. I would like to note that I sometimes use the word Indian in this text because that is how John and his family members refer to themselves. I am aware that some might view that word as problematic, but I felt it important to retain John's voice when I tell his story. That being said, the vast majority of the story you are about to read blossomed from the seeds of my discussions with John Eric himself. Other details came from the record of his criminal case. The depiction of the trial and related events is taken verbatim from court transcripts, so it is as accurate as the record.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?